walking along the razor's edge here.
Yeah.
So let's see what David Ochoa can do to keep his hopes alive here at Grand Prix Atlantic City.
You know, we mentioned that Luis is, felt like he's been losing a little more than he's accustomed to and wants to kind of right the ship. Same thing with Ochoa. I mean, remember, Luis and his team won the Team GP not that long ago.
Right.
Ochoa hasn't been in the top 8 of one of our broadcast events for a long time. Like, he's overdue.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I know he wants to get back there.
I'm not even sure what where he is points-wise this year in the race. But
I don't know either, but
I'm
a little scared.
I think he's on the south side of gold right now, for sure.
Oh, yes.
Okay, well, we're going to get things started off in a good way here in Dragons of Tarkir with a Dragon Lord.
Was it Cylinder?
No, it was Dragon Lord.
Oh,
no, it was. I'm sorry.
Skywise.
I saw the blue-white, Pristine Skywise.
Still, that's a good one.
Excellent. It's no Dragon Lord Ojutai.
That is correct. It is deeply no Dragon Lord Ojutai, but it's still really good.
You see him sorting through the cards that he thinks are playable.
Those are the 8 that he thinks will go, and then he can look at the rest and figure out what he might get back.
And he's like, nothing.
Nothing.
He's like, nothing's coming back.
Nothing. So David drafted blue-white in his first draft of the day as well, and he's got a nice one to start things off here too.
How do you like blue-white as a color pair?
Middle ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, it performs well when, like, you know how to build it.
Yeah.
I've seen you build it. I've seen.
I think my version might be a little different from other people.
I've seen you build your version, but I mean a normal. You build like the Skywise Teachings.
Yeah, I've played a lot of Student of Ojutais.
Yeah, that card's really good. I think it's a little underrated too, but you know what's not underrated?
Pacifism.
Correct.
Yeah.
Easy pick there for.
I like that. I like that hold there where he gets to see every card in the pack.
Yeah, you got to have big hands for that one.
Yeah.
Ocho's a tall dude though.
Pardon, Berserker, Tarkir, Freet. Do you think at all about the Tarkir Freet? Like, I mean, that's not better than Pacifism.
Yeah, no.
And you're blue-white.
Remember, he's blue-white,
yeah,
so no, it doesn't get any consideration. But
I just love that card so much.
I do love a Tarkir Freet. Yeah.
I love that card so much. This is
got a good dual lurker
a lot
here.
of nothing.
Wah wah. Dual lurker's okay,
Yeah.
but
like there's no way you're gonna waste the third pick of your draft on a updraft elemental.
nah. The dual lurker's better, but it's not that great.
Right. There's also an Ojutai Monument. I mean, not in love with it, but
No.
yeah, he does take the lurker.
So Ocho's sitting at XM2 in this pod, along with everybody else in the pod outside of the top player, who's XM1.
So, Contradict, Center Soul.
I gotta say this
Lot of green cards though. Press the Advantage, Guardian Shield Bearer. You don't want opinion fees. Which card did he take there?
Center Soul.
He did take Center Soul. Okay.
Yuck. That's not where you want to be.
Yeah.
I mean, not that the card's terrible or anything, but it is not a high power level card.
Yeah, it is not God's willing.
Right. And you can use it to protect his Pristine Skywise if he's really patient. He's going to get a Drowner
I like
here.
Gurmag Drowner here. Oh, he's looking at Skywise Teachings.
Depth check for Ocho here. How deep do you want to go, sir? But yeah, Drowner not close.
Okay. I don't have to actually make the ping sound effect of him going deep.
That would have been brutal if I said Drowner not close and then you're like, ding. All right, and he's going to pick up a Monastery Lore Master.
Monastery Lore Master, Student of Ojutai.
I think that Ochoa is on your camp and mine as well about Student, and I think he'll take it here. I think Student's really good.
I certainly like it better than Lore Master.
I do too. Not Ocho though.
No.
Interesting. I mean, Lore Master's good. It's fine. Gets you card advantage in the late part of the game.
I've played a fair amount of that card.
I have too, but I like Student a little better.
Seismic Rupture. Have you ever played Mystic Meditation?
Yeah, I played it once and then regretted it.
Okay.
It's stinky.
Yeah, I've not been happy with it.
So here's the deal. It's real simple, right? Limited's about creatures, period. That's what you're trying to draw with your draw spells. And if you have to discard one just to keep them, it's just not a good card.
Fate Forgotten, another Mystic Meditation, Guardian of the Trove.
Jeez. I would just take that Kolagon Forerunner and try to make that. I mean, it's just junky.
I mean, you can just take a card that has morph. You can take the off-color morph and just, I don't want to play it. There's Sight Beyond Sight. So, much better.
That's the one I like.
Yeah, much better than Mystic Meditation.
Yeah, I like Sight Beyond Sight. I think that's a good card. Not a great card, but a good card.
Yeah. Reduce in stature, self-inflicted wound.
Yeah, he's only got one option here for his deck.
Yeah. He's thinking about the wound. He's like, yeah, do I want to deal with this?
Yeah.
I might only have one white creature.
He's probably also writing it in the Ochoa data bank in the back of his head just to know that exists. It does hit his white creature, so he's got to be aware of it later down. It's one of the beautiful things about booster draft that you sort of pick up on as you become more and more experienced with it is that you try to think about what your opponent has, and you remember that you've seen a lot of the cards that your opponent has because they went through your hands here.
Yeah, contradict.
That might make the cut.
Yeah. I mean, again,
it doesn't have to, but
that card took down Chris Fennell. Reads the Ancestral Statue and passes it.
Probably should have taken it there.
Yeah?
Yeah, like he's got a pacifism in his deck, right?
Yeah.
He's not going to play Deadly Wanderings or whatever, so just in case your opponent's like, hey, I'm playing against Ochoa, I'll bring in this thing against it.
How do you feel this looks at the end of pack one?
It's very mediocre. Like, he's got picks, right? He's on color. It wasn't a train wreck, but it's just right in the middle.
Has he cut anything off here? Has he set himself up for something?
Blue. He's cut a bunch of blue. The problem is that the blue cards he was getting were the the Monastery Lore Masters of the world, right?
He may be getting cut off from blue, is what you're saying.
Well, in this pack, it's possible. I doubt it, though, because he got good blue from that Sight Beyond Sight was pretty late. And not that that's like a high pick, but that was pretty late. Like, if there was a blue player, they would take that.
Yeah. All right.
All right, this is going to be a good one, because this is the pack that's going to probably make or break Ocho.
This is the protein for your plate.
And it looks like David is sitting directly to Luis's left here. Because Luis got foul renewal second,
yes,
right?
He did, yeah.
So he is shipping right to his friend Luis Scott Vargas, who we watched draft his deck.
He suddenly got a bunch of red cards.
Yes, he does. But there's also a Sandcrafter Mage and a Student. No blue cards to speak of here. I saw an Updraft Elemental.
I don't mind Student here, but I mean, maybe he just figures there's more upside on the Warbrute and he can go blue-red.
Look.
All right, Sandcrafter Mage is
red
moved
has
up.
felt like the most open color here.
Sandcrafter
But I think
Mage.
Ochoa is really following, I know that, like, I talked to him a little bit earlier today, and he said, look, I'm trying to spike. And what he means by that is I want to top 8. I want to win. I want to get a bunch of pro points. He's not trying to just put up a solid performance.
Right.
He wants to get there.
So there's an Anticipate.
Yeah, these red cards are coming around still. There's a Surge of Righteousness.
There's the Thornburr Scorn.
Yeah. Is he going to take the Avon? What does he want here?
I think he's going to take the Anticipate.
I think you're right. Anticipate's just okay.
It's just okay, but it might be the best card in the pack for him.
Could have been.
Another Sandcrafter Mage, another Gurmag Drowner, Zergo Bell Striker, just more red cards just floating around the table super late. I actually like Sandcrafter Mage. Comes down a lot of time on turn 3 just as a 3/3 for
and
turn.
that's very good. A 3/3 for 3 in this format does serious work. Saltwood Quartermasters, You play that thing on 3, and your opponent just does not have anything that's bigger than
What
that
card
ever.
did he take there? Oh, he didn't. You take the Gurmag Drowner?
I didn't see.
I think he did.
I apologize. I didn't see. All right, he's got an enduring victory here. Fine. Again, like this is like the most enduring victory deck ever. It's just like everything's right in the middle. Zephyr Scribes, you know. Nothing's jumping off the pack to him about like sweet, but he's also just sort of trudging on, picking up play. Look at Ochoa.
I like this. And now he gets to shuffle them so they're not sorted into any kind of information.
That's great.
There you see the Ruthless Death thing. It's another enduring victory. He's looking at the Mirror Mockery, but he doesn't have the cards for a Mirror Mockery deck at all.
A Mirror Mockery deck.
Oh, like, I mean, you want like a lot of come into play abilities and a lot of exploits and a lot of things. You know, I mean, like
your Aven Surveyors.
Aven Surveyors. There's a Silumgar Sorcerer.
Wow, that's very late.
It is very.
Now, only the bluest of blue players can play it. It's got double blue in the cost, so it just basically just means that nobody else is in blue. But that's great.
I mean, a lot of times, you know what? It's just a flash blue flyer.
Yeah, don't overlook that.
I
I see
just
that too
just
often.
leave my mana open to maybe do something. Oh no, okay. Flash this guy in and attack you. Great Teacher's Decree. There's a Herald of Dramoka, a Sidisi Faithful, and of course another Ruthless Death thing. We know where that goes. Takes a Sidisi Faithful. Gurmag Drowner, Elusive Spellfist, Silumgar Scorn, Herald of Dramoka, Dramoka Dunecaster. Dramoka Dunecaster, the card that's most underperformed for you from initial impressions of the set.
Yes, it is.
You're like, wow, this card's going to be really good. It's
plummeted. Yeah,
nigh unplayable.
I just underestimated the 1 and a white to use it.
Yeah,
I just underestimated that. I just thought tapper. I'm going to pay for a tapper, whatever.
Takes the Updraft Elemental. Late Silumgar Scorn. Takes the Scorn.
Sure.
Yeah.
We're in the dregs of the pack here anyway, generally speaking. He doesn't expect to get anything great here. You know, Taigam Strike is interesting if he picks that up. Not a great card.
I mean, now we know.
But it can steal wins.
Yeah.
And when you're looking to 3-0 a draft pod and your deck is mediocre, sometimes you need to take a card like that so that you can just steal a win.
Scale Blessing here. Not particularly exciting in his deck.
I don't think it'll make the cut.
Yeah.
And an Ancient Carp. I think the best thing about Ancient Carp is the artwork.
Yeah. I've thought about playing it a couple times.
It's made the cut for me. I'm not ashamed to admit it.
Yeah.
A little ashamed when I cast it.
Yeah. I did play it in a Assault Formation deck, and it was pretty,
now that's
blue-green Assault Formation's pretty sweet.
That's a thing. I'm curious, because he's so heavy blue, what are his white cards at this point? Pacifism, Pristine Skywise,
I mean, Pristine
Sandcrafter
Skywise.
Mage, and like some stuff. There's an Enduring, he's got a pair of Enduring Victory.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, I don't know exactly how he's just working through on converted mana cost here. Okay. Well, you know, this deck is right in the middle. You know, it's got some playables.
Three Gurmag Drowners.
Yeah, he's going to be drafting. I mean, this looks
So,
a
like,
lot like the last deck that he drafted.
So all he wants here are Jeskai Sages, right?
He wants a lot of Sages for sure. Sandblast would be fine.
Whisk Away.
Another bomb. I know it's obvious that he wants a bomb, but this deck could really use some
needs
punch.
a bomb.
Yeah, he could really use some punch at the top end here. Citadel Siege.
Oh, well.
That's the number one. That's the
Would you
best
take
card
a
in the
Would you
set.
take a blue siege here?
Not first pick, no.
No,
I mean,
Monster Siege.
obviously, I need to see what else, but nah, like that wouldn't excite me.
Not like a Citadel siege, huh?
Oh man, I think I might break the table. I windmill slam that card so hard if I was Ochoa. One time for Ocho, and that's what he's thinking, by the way. He's like, come on, Citadel Siege.
That's all he's saying. He's just
In his head, just
it's like
Citadel
that commercial for bacon with the dog where the dog's like, bacon, bacon,
Yeah.
bacon, 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 bacon.
Siege, siege,
He's like,
siege,
siege, siege,
siege.
siege, 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 siege.
All right, let's see if he gets it. That's the kind of card that could take this deck from being to yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I've lost to a couple of those decks that were yeah.
Oop, threw my Citadel Siege.
Like,
This
oh.
game's a lot different now.
Okay. So supplant form.
Nice, that's a good one.
That is, yep.
That's a good
Sandblast,
one.
Jeskai Sage,
Whoa.
Mistfire Adept.
This pack is stacked. This is the can I just draft this
Oh
pack?
wait, and then
Elite
it's
Scale Guard.
Elite Scale Guard.
Literally, I honestly believe that if Ochoa had the opportunity to take this pack and walk away from the table, he would do so.
He takes supplant form over Elite Scale
Yeah,
Guard.
I like
he
that
doesn't
pick.
have a lot of. He has a ton of bolts, but he has 2 enduring victories. He has the Sandcrafter Mage. It
What do you think?
takes a lot of fortitude.
Yeah.
I would like to know what other people think. 'Cause I gotta tell you, I'm taking Elite Scale Guard.
Okay,
there.
yeah, I'm on.
I can, and there's plenty of opportunities to make it work. I mean, supplanted form, it's so hard to not take that card, but Elite Scale Guard is the card, we talked about, like, lets you steal a victory. Just lets you steal
does.
a game. There's a Sandstep Outcast.
No, you're not wrong, BDM. That is a genuine discussion there. I like supplant form because it functions in some ways as a removal
Yeah,
type
oh, yeah,
spell,
absolutely.
and you can get a 2-for-1 off it very easily. It's less direct than the Scale Guard, which
Right.
is more just like,
Boun-
I punch your face.
Bounce your big stupid thing. Block
combat.
block your medium stupid thing.
Attack you with now
Yeah.
my stupid, yeah. Also, if anybody tries any shenanigans like Tygom Strike or, any of the, like, oh, I'm going to put a stupid rune mark on my, no. That's
Oh,
out.
yeah,
that's just all out of here.
You put the ruin in Rune Mark with that card.
If they overdelve, get it out of here.
But Elite Scale Guard, I mean, you just get that, you put that card down.
It asks so little of you. It really does. It's only 5 mana. You play it, you get value no matter what. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Whether the counters go on it or something else, you're getting value.
There's another Sandstep Outcast.
I love that here. That's the kind of card I want to
His
see.
deck is looking pretty good.
His
coming out
power
of these-
level has jumped. Now, this is part of the payoff is that the white's quite good in Fate Reforged, so he should be able to, this is what's supposed to happen. He's supposed to pick up a bunch of these things, so see if it keeps happening.
It's also painful to pass an Elite Scale Guard.
Yeah, that leaves a gap in your soul that
Yeah.
you don't get back. But supplant form's awesome.
Oh, I mean, what? I mean, basically
Nothing
two of my
here for Ocho,
basically
by the
two of
way.
my favorite cards in the set.
Yeah.
There
Stone, nothing
there is,
here
I mean,
for him.
Hero's Blade. You speculate on a Scoured Barons.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I do with this pick. Because there's just, that pack was just abysmal.
Right. Just in case you get past the Reach of Shadows. Spoilers, we know he won't.
I still think he should have.
Yeah?
I think he should have seen one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Ochoa should have had one go through his hands, but
Right. You would have.
I gotta see the final build.
You would have Sultai Emissaried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a little mana fixing for him, but you could also just take a ride into Bean. The mana fixing is a nice bonus, but it's not, he's only 2 colors. He's not splashing.
He's actually looking at that Jeskai Barricade.
Wow, he is. Interesting. He hasn't even really, well, he kind of holds the cards weird, though. You could just, take something out of nowhere, but ride into Bean's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this guy.
Takes the Jeskai Barricade.
Going for value. You can certainly set up some favorable situations with the Jeskai Barricade.
Yeah,
if you're willing
if
to.
you had an Elite Scale Guard, you could return it, replay it, put counters on another guy.
There's a Ward Scale Dragon. I don't think he wants that guy. Maybe this is just a Will of the Naga pick here. Does he need another finisher in the air?
I
Maybe
mean-
he does. We were saying we thought he needed some more
Yeah, I
punch.
mean, he has the supplant form.
Yeah, turn that into something sweet. You know, Word Scale Dragon's pretty boring, but he might just need that kind of card, right? Something to get up in the sky and beat down with.
Yeah.
All right, I like that. All right, sideboard card or other sideboard card? Lotus Eye Mystics and Erish and Claire come in against similar decks. Oh, I like a Rite of Undoing here.
I like a Rite of
That
Undoing.
could very well make the main
Yeah,
deck.
you could also return your Elite Scout Guard with a Rite of Undoing.
Thank you for that, BD.
I'm just letting you know.
Just now, what you don't want to do is return your token with your supplant form with the right.
No, you don't want to do that.
It's a little worse. All right.
And we have come to the end.
Yeah, Crucible.
Yeah, just
He's got 2 dragons.
Interesting.
You know, it's a colorless
yeah.
line in his deck otherwise, but that's a real thing.
Sure.
Getting a pristine Skywise down a turn or 2 early, where you can leave a Center Soul or a
Yeah. Wow, that's a
barricade.
late whisk
Wow,
away.
that's a late whisk away. That's the one that I wanted Luis to take.
Yeah. Late whisk away. I like how both of these decks have turned out.
I do too. I think that they've both drafted their seat quite well too. For Ocho, you know, it kind of just came, like, he opened a pristine Skywise and properly stayed in blue-white long enough just until it started to really pay off here, and I think that that's kind of how just the draft goes sometimes.
Well, what's the pick here? What do you do? What's the card you want to most hate? It's always the dual land
Yeah.
in terms of what you want it to
Yeah.
take away from your opponent.
Because that's a lot. It can unlock a lot.
Oh, cards. Actual cards, Will of the Naga, Enhanced Awareness.
Yeah, but does he need a card draw spell that costs 5? Maybe so.
Yeah.
I can't picture exactly what he's got
Yeah,
for that
yeah.
stuff off the top of my head, but that seems good. I like that.
Takes the Rakshasa Disdain.
As he reads Smoldering Efreet. Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
where you want to get that. 3
Late-
cards left in
late
the pack.
Tranquil Cove.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That was probably the highest value to pick ratio that he had in the whole draft right now.
He takes the Abzan Rune Mark, passes the last card, gets another Rune Mark. So how do you feel like that draft went for him?
Medium to medium plus, I would say. You know.
Okay. I think it was pretty solid.